are listening to the Cool Paso podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Harold, and we want you to like this video and subscribe to Cool Paso on YouTube now. And also, this episode is sponsored by Sobella's Heating, Cooling, and Appliance. For all your heating and cooling needs, go to sobellas.com. Now, we have a very special guest today. His name is Carlos Chucky Bernal.
Thank you so much.
Our guest is a flag football player, and he plays flag football here in El Paso, Texas. Chucky, tell us a little bit about what you do.
Well, I've been playing since 2010 when we had our daughter. I've been playing since then. I did that about 2 years, and then when our son was born, that's when I met Javi. And I met Savage. I think everybody knows Savage.
Shout out Javi. Shout out Savage.
Always. And he got to come out of retirement. So I met Javi, and then I played with him for, I want to say 2-3 years. And then just like everybody in the community, you tend to meet people and you meet players. And I met different guys. And then I took a little break. And then that's when I started making my own team. I think the first team that I made was Monstars. We did Monstars. I think we did a few UTEP tournaments. We did that. And then I started meeting more guys. And then I met Matt. I met Frankie. And we made Sun Kings. And we struggled for the longest time. And then we got it together. And then we started clicking. We got a few more guys in there. We won, our D division. And then from there, we just kind of started balling, started doing our thing. We got even more players like Dallas and Stone and, guys like that. And I think
Shout out Eastwood.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. And then that's when everybody just wanted to, hey, can we play with you guys? And we let a few guys in, and that really made a difference. And then after we won C, kind of everybody kind of wanted to do their own thing. They went their own way. And then I joined a few teams. I helped out a few players. And then now this season, I'm happy, we're going to be doing LSK. So our old quarterback is finally back. So we're going to rock that this year.
You said old quarterback. Who is that?
His name is, his name is Carlos. He used to be the old quarterback from Bomb Squad. We played against them. They beat us. He left out of town. He came back. We did the Turkey Bowl. We got pretty far, but ultimately, I think we just got really gassed up. It was a whole day of playing. So yeah, he's back. He's here for good. So I think we feel confident. All the guys that we have now have a few older Sun Kings that were with us when we won C back on the team. So I think we're good. I'm excited. So we can't wait. I think we start next month. The season starts next month. So I'm ready.
And what league is this?
It's Adrian, and it's the Southwest Flag Football League. Southwestern, yes. I know Adrian. I don't know his last name, but I know Adrian is the one that runs it. Good guy. Really hard to get a hold of, but yeah.
What do you think? What do you think about the SWLFL?
I think that is his league.
Southwest. Right.
Yeah.
Did I said that wrong? What do you think about the Southwest Flag Football League?
Again, isn't that his league? Yeah, that's like it's I'm not gonna lie. It can be a hassle. It can be a headache. Getting the whole IDs and getting everybody registered, and it kind of sucks for all the newer guys that've never done it before because they have to get liability forms. They have to kind of wait till he posts where he's gonna be at. Getting all that stuff, and then usually whenever we go, it's so packed with so many guys. So we get there at 6. We don't leave till about 10 at night. So it usually eats up a big half of your afternoon. But I think once you do that, and once you kind of get a hold of how Adrian does things, it's really easy. With me, I've done it for so long, so it's easy for me to do it. I usually do everything on my phone. I get my IDs, I get my guys' IDs, and yeah, it's a good league. I love it. I've only played with Mora's league on Saturdays, but other than that, then I don't really go out of town and do other leagues. I think that's the only one that I like because it's easy to play with. Rules are a little bit strict, but it's all good.
What do you think about the purpose of the IDs, and do you agree with it?
Um, I do because I think the purpose of the IDs is there's a lot of teams or there's a lot of players that just kind of jump on other teams and kind of make that team a little bit better. But then once it is over, once it's playoff time, then those guys usually are not on the team, and it makes that actual team kind of not as competitive.
Mhm.
There's a certain word that I hear a lot about. I don't know what word is it.
Illegal substitutions.
There's a certain word. I don't know what it is, but um, where it's usually all like the really, really, really good players up there, and then they kind of drop a few divisions down, help teams like that. So I think Adrian tries to avoid that. Say, hey guys, you guys are playing, say for example, you guys are playing in A, and then you guys are helping out a D team, and kind of hurts that D team at the end once it's playoffs because A players go to A, and that's how kind of Adrian kind of catches a lot of guys. I've done it a few times, but I think that's the purpose of IDs. I mean, I think it's a good idea so that way kind of all these guys kind of stick to their divisions. But for some guys, it can be frustrating because everybody wants to play. I think every guy that I've spoken to, all they want is just if they can play 8 hours the whole day, then yeah, they'll be happy.
I've seen guys do that. They'll go to another park and just play with another team, and I'm like, wow.
No, yeah, I'm 42, and usually at first halftime I'm already done. I want to go home.
You said you're 42. Talk a little bit about how you got started playing football.
Um, my brother was playing. He would always talk about it, and he would always say, "Hey, do you wanna play?" I'd always say, "No, I'm about to have a baby," and I'd say no. And then his other friend asked, "Hey, you should play with us." And then I played with them for I think for like a season, and I loved it. It was really really competitive. It was really fun, and I think from there I've been playing since 2010. So I think that because of my brother, that's how I started.
Okay. So your brother, huh? Oh, hey, I remember your brother. He's played on your team before, huh?
Yeah, yeah. He usually does the Sun Bowl tournaments. He's really really big, on the gym scene. So he'll pop in and out whenever I beg him to play with us. But yeah, he has played.
You want to give him a shout out?
I don't. No, my brother Ruben. That's my brother Ruben. Yeah.
Shout out, Ruben. So, talk a little bit more about your plans for your flag football team.
Well, this season I thought a lot about it. I've been speaking to guys ever since the season ended, the last season ended, and I kind of always knew what route I wanted to go, what I wanted to do when I found out that Carlos Los is what everybody knows him, when he was going to be here. So when I found that out, then I kind of started reaching out to a few guys like, hey, this guy's going to be back. It looks like the team's going to be solid. Do you wanna run it back? And then we did the Turkey Bowl, and usually a lot of those guys kind of stuck with me, so I kind of brought them with me. We picked up a few new guys, um, but yeah, I think for this season, I'm super excited because it's going to be really competitive. I think we have a really good squad. I think we have a good chance of getting another ship.
Yeah, man, that's what we do it for. How many championships has your team gotten?
Well, with Sun Kings, I think it's three. I think it's three that we've won, and then we did Bomb Kings when you guys were there, and then we won that, and then with La Raza, yeah,
Sun Bowl
yeah,
tournament.
and then with La Raza, we won that one also, and then with these guys, I think we're next. I want to get a few with these guys before I call it quits.
And with La Raza, you won in what was it, the spring of 2022?
No, it was last year. Yeah, it was last year, and I think we played LWO.
Oh, you
Yeah.
did in the fall.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I got to see a lot of those games. Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
We've got, let's see, how many games have we recorded? We've been recording Sun King since summer of 2019. And let's see, we've recorded for the Sun Kings 107 videos. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's a lot.
La Raza, we've got 11 games recorded. And yeah, wow. I mean, you might just be like one of our biggest clients.
Wow. And it's not gonna stop. We keep on calling you guys and getting these games out there.
So tell us a little bit about what you like about Cool Paso.
Oh man, I love that. I usually reach out to you guys, and I've done it before, and probably made you mad. I've reached out to you at night, like, "Hey, I have a game tomorrow, and these guys really want to be on there." Or it's usually like, "Hey, you know what? We just got some brand new shirts. We want everybody to see them." So the thing I love about you guys is that usually whenever we reach out, you guys are always really responsive. I love the videos that it's the whole every single play, is on there. Um, I like to keep them simple. I'm not a big fan of the music behind it, all that other kind of commentary. It's all cool, but again, I love that it's just simple. It's just a game, and at least because I'm old fashioned, I like kind of content like that. But yeah, I just love you guys. Really, really easy to work with. The chain is also really a cool thing that usually Savage would always want to ask for. But no, I love that you guys are here, putting El Paso on the map. You guys kind of go out of town, do your thing out there, put us over there on the map too. So that's what I love about you guys. You guys are all over.
Yeah, man, and I mean we started recording in 2014. So by the time we got to you guys, we were already kind of pros, you know?
Right. Yeah. I know you guys are good at it. Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of have our style basically. I got it from the way I wanted to see my son's games recorded because he used to play football as well. And you have a son.
Yes. Yeah. My son, he's junior. He's Carlos. He was doing soccer for a while. Well, he was playing with Northeast Savages with Alex. He's in Relentless.
Shout out Coach
Yeah,
B.
Coach B. So I'm trying to get him to play again. So he wants to play, but now since he reached middle school now, so he's kind of doing that. Once he gets to seventh grade, then he's going to start playing. But we want him to play. We want him to play flag football already. He's doing soccer for the longest time. But hopefully you guys will see him in there too.
Yes, yes, soccer. We love recording soccer, man. So if anybody has any games that you want recorded, please go to our website and order. But yeah, yes, you've got a great family. I've met your family.
Appreciate it.
Your wife is Castañeda as well. I am a Castañeda.
Oh wow.
So I feel like we're cousins, man.
Right.
You know.
No, of course. No, yeah, but yeah, I mean, usually whenever they're not too busy, they usually do make it to a lot of my games. Um, but usually for the most part, it's really early, so I usually leave when they're still asleep. But yes, yeah, I've heard that you guys share the same last name.
Yep, yep. I kind of feel like there's a culture here in El Paso, and especially around the flag football community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the actual culture thing, it's gotten so big. It's gotten so big. When I first started, I really wasn't paying attention too much to it because I was usually playing and then being a father, so I really wasn't kind of aware what was going on behind it. And then I started seeing it all over YouTube. I started hearing people talk about it. Hey, there's these tournaments. I started hearing everybody talk about, hey, let's go to Austin, let's go to Dallas. Let's flag football is getting bigger. I always thought it was kind of like corny because like, oh, it's flag football, you know what I mean? But it's gotten so big, it's gotten so competitive. I know we have a lot of San Antonio teams coming out here because I know we host things here also. But again, as far as like the actual culture, it's I think it's starting to be in a lot of younger kids' DNA. Hey, you know what? I want to do this how all the older guys do it. I want to be just really good at playing flag. But I think the culture here and the culture here in El Paso and flag football, it kind of goes hand in hand, and I think it's only going to get bigger. I think eventually we're going to have even bigger, like stage where we're going to be playing at Southwest University. That'd be cool to have some tournaments there or do something there. But again, you never know. Or even some of the people here might be like on a Super Bowl commercial or something. So I think we're big and we're gonna only get bigger. So I love it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, I would call them like MVPs, superstars in flag football here in El Paso. One of them is Richie Rodriguez, one of the ex running backs, wide receivers from Eastwood High School. Um, What would you say is like the best guy out there?
Wow. Well, I know, like, I know who he is. I think I've bought a few footballs from him. I really haven't seen him play in person. I know who he is. Um, but I think he and a lot of guys, they mean so much to the sport. But I think I mean, he's a really good player. God, I think another good player, I think that's out there is probably my buddy Stone.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
Stone's up there. Also, let me see. I know Dallas too.
Hmm.
I know Dallas is up there.
And he's gotten stronger since he's been with you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, I saw him the other day. I was like, wow, he looks strong.
yeah. He's a little buff kid. But again, yeah, I don't really. Usually, whenever I'm done with my games, I usually kind of take off. So I don't really stick around. But from whatever I do see, on your channel, I mean, there's a lot of. I know pretty much half of the high tech team. All those guys are really, really, really good. I know all the stars guys. I know those guys are really good. Um, I don't know. I think Sosa too.
Yeah,
Sosa,
Sosa's
yeah.
good, man.
I think Sosa's up there too. But yeah, I mean, I don't know these guys by name. I just kind of see them or I hear about them. But I know there's tons of guys that are really, really athletic, really good.
Yeah, I've seen Jake Orantia play as well.
Oh yes, yeah, Jake.
He's very, very fast.
No, yeah, he used to play with me. Well, the year that we won, see, he
Mm.
played with me, and I think we also did no, what do you call that? A Stumble tournament. Like the very first one that we ever did, he played with us too. So yeah, he's been my friend for the longest time too. I know Jake. Yeah, I talk to him pretty much on a daily basis. He lives kind of close to me.
Yeah, it's cool because like the what I say about the cultures, I kind of feel like we all kind of know each other,
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah.
thing.
Like everybody has heard of each other, or I've been to a few games where a lot of guys will kind of go up there and like, hey, how's it going? And like, I don't really know who they are, but no, it's because I've seen you, I've heard of your team, or they've asked me, hey, ask you if you have a spot on the team that I can join. So I think with the culture, I think everybody has heard of each other, so it's a really good thing.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the friendships that you made and just the great times that you've had.
Oh man, well, usually friendships got. Usually the first person that comes to mind is Frankie.
That's a cool guy,
Yeah, I
man.
mean when we first did Sun Kings, I met him, and then apparently he played with Javi. I think he was telling me, and then I met him, and then I met his brother. Um, but again, for that I can know, I think Javi also too. Those are the guys that I've known for the longest time. I've also there's another little player named AJ. I don't know if you guys remember him.
Toaster?
Toasty.
Oh, Toasty.
Toasty,
Right,
yeah,
right, right.
Toasty. So again, that's one guy that I've played with for the longest time, and usually a lot of these guys like Chris, I think they call him White Boy, Chris, and then X. All these guys I still speak to. Of course, they're out there and kind of doing their own thing, but usually a lot of the guys that I've played with, they're all really super cool. I still talk to them. I still see them. Every time I see them at a tournament, we always do the whole guy hug thing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think playing flag football, it you just meet tons of guys, and you meet tons of guys. You build that relationship to where eventually you might do a tournament or two together. But yeah, I think everybody has a whole bunch of friends.
Yeah, yeah. And, they have co-ed and women's flag football as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Um, the co-ed, I know. Again, I don't think I've ever seen a co-ed game. Usually in its entirety. Usually, whenever they're playing after us, um, I'll usually take off or I'll kind of stick around because I'll know a few guys that kind of play. But I know even that that's even getting competitive. It's kind of getting out there.
Mm.
I have a coworker who actually just joined a team and he's going to be doing co-ed. And I told him how fun it is. I told him that it's going to come with a lot of, you know, smack talking and things like that. But I know with the co-ed, I think the rules are different. I think the girl has to be the quarterback for one of the plays or something like that. I don't really know the rules when it comes to co-ed, but I know even those get really intense too.
Yeah, they are starting to get really intense. But I've seen the women cuss each other out, but I've never seen them throw hands.
Really, no, I've never heard of
Yeah.
them doing that either.
Yeah, but shout out to you women. We're watching you. You're cool. Stay cool.
No fighting.
So talk a little bit about what you have for us here.
Oh yes, okay. So this is a company that I work for. I'm going on 10 years there, and I love doing it. And we do heating and cooling, and then we also do appliances. We work all of El Paso. We do pretty much all of Las Cruces. We even go to Horizon. We go to Fabens, and now we do Clint. I think we even go as far as Radium Springs, kind of like passing Las Cruces. So again, whatever you guys need for any one of those needs, give us a call on the number that you see there, and we can definitely help you out. And then these here, I think these are I've had so many shirts that I've made over the years, and I think this one here is the one that we're going to be using for this season. It's my favorite one. And then when it comes to Sun Kings, that's my favorite shirt that I've done because the logo is huge. It says Chuco Strong because anybody that knows me, I'm all about El Paso. So I threw it on there. But yeah, I think these are my two favorite shirts that we've ever done.
Dude, I have to say, your teams always has the best style. You always come clean, always come uniform. Like, who's your hookup?
Before it was a guy that I would use that he would do everything from Juarez, and I would give him like the
Nice.
stuff, and he would bring it from there, and then I would meet him at the border, or he would have a shop on Alameda, and then I would do that. And I know for that one, his name is Tony. I think on Facebook it's Tony Romo, and I think
Shout out Tony Romo.
and I think he has a T-shirt, and then with this guy, I don't have Instagram, but I know his name is Jonathan Ocon, and I think his Facebook is Bussin' Cider or something like that.
Ah!
Yeah, so he's the one that usually kind of does all my shirts. I usually send him like a picture of what I want, and like, hey, I want the collar this color. I want like the sleeves to have this, or I'm really big on the whole paisley bandana thingy. So he'll usually kind of send me some samples back. I usually pick it because I know it's going to be, flashy. It's going to look cool out there. So usually that's who I go with. That's who I've been going with. Like, his name is Jonathan Ocon.
Jonathan Ocon. Yes. And what about your flags?
Usually with my flags, I've had the same old flags for the longest time. I've bought flags. I think the last one that I bought were from Chuco flags. I think that's what they're called, Chuco flags. But a lot of these I've just bought flags from Major whenever we go register. I also bought some Sun Kings custom made from Gridiron Flags is usually where I kind of get them. But usually it's just flags where other players have them, and I'll just buy them from them, and usually that's where I'll get them from.
Yeah, I've seen some cool flags out there, man.
No, I know. I have some I have some Selena flags.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I have some Mexico flags.
Shout out Selena.
Right. Yes. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure, man. You guys got style. Like, definitely, you win the prize for best #1 client right here.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Get that chain on. It's kind of crooked, but yes, that's gonna be the end of this episode. Thank you, Chucky, for joining us. We've been wanting to have you on the show for a very long time. So thank you, and say goodbye to everybody.
Bye-bye. You guys take care. I'll see you guys next month, and don't forget to call us and subscribe to Cool Paso.
Subscribe.